Today I'm watching Angel Season 2, Episode 7. Episode 6 was all about Wesley and him, pretending to be Angel and feeling more confident, and he met this girl named Virginia, so I'm very curious to see if she'll be in this episode. It seemed like they were possibly dating or gonna try to be together. I'm not too sure if they have a relationship at all, but it was interesting to see Wesley's character have a romantic interest. We know Darla is still out there, Wolfram and Hart is still out there. Darla is definitely trying to convince Angel to go over to the dark side again, and with Wolfram and Hart's, help, obviously. Angel tried to see the Swami, who turned out to be a fake, so I'm curious to see if he'll try that again, and I hope the karaoke bar is back in this episode. I love anytime we get to see that. I'm really enjoying this series so far, so thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
Fine.
Oh, good. Good.
That was convincing, yeah.
That is to say, nothing you'd like to perhaps share?
Nope.
He's not one for sharing.
Really?
Oh, it's only his 900th drawing. No big deal. It looks like a vampire bit her or like drained her blood or something. Oh no. Well, we know Lindsay's not a vampire. Oh gosh. Did she try and unalive herself?
So many things. I remember them all. Which one were you thinking of?
And now the memories are coming back.
Is there? You can be with someone for 150 years. Think you know him?
She's definitely not over this, yeah.
And jealous. Oh, you should have seen us together.
He was a different person then.
It was a different demon entirely, yeah.
It's worse. Now we're soulmates.
How did she come to that conclusion? She's losing it slowly. Oh, Darla, Darla, Darla. She's not adjusting well to being a human. It's a tricky business. Another flashback. Oh my, 1609, going way back. Leeching. Ugh.
Someone closed the shutters.
Oh, Darla's not looking good.
Seems wrong that I should die while the sun is still so bright.
You don't know how ironic that sentence will be. And Drusilla's back, and Spike is back.
No inheritance. Yes, I know what you are.
I'm a whore.
Oh my.
You paid me a visit before today, Father. Your life may have been more interesting because of it.
Oh my.
God, his forgiveness.
God never did anything for me.
Leave us.
Okay, mysterious man in the cloak. All right.
I die.
No. You will not die.
The Master? Are you freaking kidding me?
You will be reborn.
The Master's the one who created Darla?
I sang to you from that window.
That's terrifying.
I'm your savior. God never did anything for you.
Oh, I was wondering who created Darla the vampire. And here we go. We're doing Darla's backstory. Oh.
Face it. Unless there's a website called www. Oh, by the way, we have darla-chair.com. We're pretty much out of.
I hope that exists. Yes.
And jealous.
I love anytime we get to see these flashbacks. I'm so excited.
He was magnificent.
Yorkshire man. Tough as leather.
That accent. And Darla has already been a vampire for like 100 years.
And lay waste, burn up.
Why'd you want to do that?
We fed very recently. The blood is still hot in his veins.
You noticed that, did you?
Oh my, this is not going well.
Not live amongst the human pestilence.
I'll be honest. You really couldn't with that face, now could you?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is not going well. Insult after insult. Yikes. Darla was supposed to bring him home to show him off.
Vampires are cunning enough to have lived as long as I have, which you now demonstrate.
Oh, yeah, you should have done that.
This is no place for you. Bowing to the likes of him.
You should show the proper respect.
Oh, he just keeps bonking him.
I'll give you that view you crave, darling. I'll give you everything.
Oh! Now she has to choose between Angel and the Master. Well, we know who she chooses.
You're leaving with the stallion, aren't you?
See you later. I definitely wasn't expecting the Master to be back. We haven't seen that in so long, like season 1 of Buffy, so that's such a cool crossover that he would have been involved in this in some way.
Let them go. It won't last. I give it a century.
Until you meet a Slayer, bud, and then we know your fate.
Perhaps human was the only way Wolfram and Hart could bring her back and hope to control her with any degree of success.
Yeah, that's true, if she comes back as a vampire. I'm very excited to learn more about Darla. We don't know much about her, and what we do know is through the scope of Angel as well, so I'm cool we're getting a very Darla-focused episode.
Post-traumatic.
She's cracking up.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, she's way ahead of schedule.
What?
They knew this would happen?
Gun, even ballpoint pens, anything with a sharp edge. You may want to remove those sorts of items from your office, just in case.
They knew that she would have this, obviously, and that bringing her back as human would have an expiry. It sounds like she's rapidly accelerating that expiry date. Oh my.
It's not true, precious. You've got us.
Not in the least. You won't even hurt me just a little bit.
Oh my.
I could pick the wisest and bravest knight in all the land and make him mine forever with it.
And she picks Spike. Yeah.
Watch where you're going.
I've seen the episode of Buffy where they do Spike's backstory.
That comes along.
So this definitely feels like we're continuing right from that, because that shot was exactly from Buffy. So it's interesting to see it from a different angle, this like crossover.
Name. I've been desperately trying to find her because Mom and Dad are in the coma.
In the coma.
Good idea, since it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and that address is in Sun Valley.
Right.
And Wesley's still like feeling confident. He's trying to take charge more and volunteer and take on more projects.
Darla.
Say that again?
She's spiraling. She doesn't even recognize her own name now.
I said your name. Darla.
Or it's not her name.
Isn't it?
They said they gave her a different name when she became a vampire.
I don't remember. I'm not her, whoever she was.
Just like Angel's not his real name, Spike's not his real name.
I just stopped. He killed me, and I was done.
Yeah, she didn't really have a choice in the matter. Oh my.
Do you like it?
It's nice. It's not me you want to screw.
Oh my, we're progressing quickly.
Maybe.
And she seems fine with that. It's interesting to see her have like an identity crisis and like pine for her earlier days as a human. Oh my. Oh!
Half. Is that who I am?
I'd step away from that window.
I understand what you're going through.
No.
In what way?
It's a cancer. This soul.
Is it the shame and guilt that's eating her alive? Or is it the fact that literally they brought her back and she's gonna end up dead soon?
He caused your daughter was momentary. Over in an instant. Or an hour.
She's like, but who's counting?
Without my protection. But if you do as I say, your family can live.
As vampires. Oh my. Spike, always the charmer.
Pretty music. Pretty.
It's so interesting to see the three of them here after Angel's soul is taken, Romania, or his soul was reinstated.
Show none.
And these three are just having a horrible time.
Great big nothing. Could it be there's no hell?
There's a hell. A few of them.
He's like, I've been there. Yeah, exactly.
Hang up the phone. It's okay.
I thought they would have asked her to call Angel, but obviously she's doing this on her own and seems genuinely afraid and struggling with a lot mentally.
Say that.
He's the only one. He can help me.
She's putting the phone by her heartbeat.
We all take a walk down Mr. Manor's office.
I can handle this. All right, go.
She's not leaving the building.
I said go!
Ooh, bonked him.
Darla.
And now she's on the loose.
Darla.
Oh! Oh, no, 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 no.
I said go!
Lindsay's gonna love watching that over and over.
You not only allowed her to escape, you facilitated it.
Lindsay likes Darla.
Especially, it seems, when it comes to this woman. You've allowed yourself to be ruled by your emotions.
How very human of you.
Custody. It's handled. You're off this project, Lindsay.
Oh, no, his worst nightmare.
Any further.
If you're thinking about handing
This
this project...
situation has gone too far out of control. I'm terminating the project.
And by terminating, he means her, yes.
As you did. But Angel, you yourself wandered for 100 years without ever seeking redemption.
That's right. I sought her.
Yeah, Angel can relate to her. That's a very specific situation, obviously. Yeah, and now we're back in China where Spike killed the Slayer as well, so it's so cool to see this crossover, or like part 2 of that episode.
You found me.
You can never resist a religious war.
Oh my.
Not all. You reek of vermin. Is that what you've been living off of?
Come on.
Yeah, he was like eating rats and small animals. Oh.
Any chance to prove it to you?
I wasn't expecting him to want to get back together with her. When he has a soul, especially.
We can do this.
Yes, we can.
We can do anything.
Anything we like.
Yeah, he's like, I'm still a vampire, and I guess they were together for 150 years, but still, I wasn't expecting him to come back to her. Oh!
Sort of stuff. It'll be underground where the vaults used to be.
Is this a trick? Just know I'll be coming back for you.
Oh, God.
Hell, I just might be coming back for you anyway.
Yeah, Lindsay actually wants to save Darla.
Darla!
But he wanted to leave this boxer rebellion. Like, he wanted to get out of here. He was tired of the chaos and was like, oh, we've done enough. Yeah, and he has a soul now. Oh, my heart. Run. Run. Yeah, he's like, I've done horrible things.
The whirlwind and jealous.
He's like, you know what? I've had a change of thought about this whirlwind, so let's get out of here.
I'll tell you what. When and if the Snoopert shows up, I'll give you first crack at it.
It's so interesting to see it from the different perspective. Having watched the Buffy episode. No, 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 don't go there. And the slow-mo walk. Yeah, and now we know Angel was trying to save that family that was hiding, so... I'm so glad they did this in like 2 parts, even though there's been different scenes for some of it, but it's so cool to see these backstories.
Did you think I wouldn't notice? Only evildoers, that's all you hunt now.
That's his compromise me as a soul, yeah.
You said if I took you back, you'd prove yourself.
And I will.
Good.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. I'm not doing this.
Killing a slayer, you were saving missionaries. From me.
Yes, because you don't have a soul, and you're on a rampage.
No more words.
Yeah, Angel wants to spare the family, and Darla's like, eat the baby. Like, what the f? So messed up. Yikes. And that's why he has the hood down, or the top down on his car. For easy jumps. Ooh, the men in white, get him!
You expect him to do?
What he will do. What he must do. Save her soul.
And that's gonna make him happy?
So lucky to have someone who understands.
It is a very weird, rare situation, yes.
Funny. That's why they brought me back. To get to you.
In more ways than one, yes.
Moments. Do it. Now.
This is the solution?
What?
Make me what I was again.
She wants to be a vampire again?
I will. I want to, but not like this.
Yeah, she's like, I'm tired of feeling, put me back.
That heartbeat. To know, really, and for once, that you're alive.
Yeah, something Angel wants, obviously. Aw.
This world once I gave you eternal life. Now it's time for you to return the favor.
Yeah, Angel would do anything to be human, to feel that heartbeat, to...
You think you did me a favor?
He definitely doesn't see it that way.
Fine, and if it's such a punishment, take out your revenge. Pay me back.
I think leaving her alone with her thoughts is the worst punishment.
Sorry.
You disgust me.
Very twisted situation happening here. So bizarre. Oh, Angel, get out of there! I don't think that's how he was hoping it would go, but Darla doesn't seem interested in accepting her fate. So that was my first time watching Angel, Season 2, Episode 7. I really enjoyed the episode. If you've seen any of my other previous videos, you know that I love anytime we get to learn more about a character's backstory in Buffy and Angel. So it was so cool to learn more about Darla. Like I said, this felt like a part 2 or a continuation from Episode 7 of Buffy, when we get to learn more about Spike's backstory, when Buffy's, you know, trying to figure out what happened to the previous Slayers. Yes, you're a good boy. Bless you. Say hi to the people. There was definitely some similar scenes. We had, you know, in China with the Boxer Rebellion, similar shots used just from different angles. Obviously, in the Buffy episode with Spike, we followed Drusilla going after Spike. In this angle, we just see Spike, you know, running into them basically and walking away, and we know what happens. We didn't know much about Darla's character, even from her time on Buffy, so it was definitely interesting to learn more about her when she was a human the first time, which is still weird to say because obviously she's human again now. And we only had that one scene with her where she was basically already dying, and they made some comments about her lifestyle, but that's basically all we get. We don't know what her family was like, her brothers, sisters, anything like that. And we see the Master show up, who I was definitely not expecting. We haven't seen the Master since season 1 of Buffy. And I know Darla and the Master were together in Buffy, but man, I was not expecting that. I'd kind of forgotten about that character because it's been so long since we've seen him. But when he takes that hood off, he definitely has a memorable face. And to find out that he's the one that sired Darla, I was wondering if we were going to find that out because we know Darla sired Angel, and we've kind of learned the progression of every other character and who sired who, but Darla was one we didn't really know what had happened, and now we find out who it was, and that her real name isn't even Darla. That's the name she was given when she became a vampire, which is interesting because Spike isn't Spike's real name. Angel isn't Angel's real name. They've kind of taken on these different names when they became these vampires. A really well done episode, and Darla was just as horrible as we'd imagined during her vampire days, and it was interesting to see more of that scene when Angel doesn't have a soul, but is trying to still hang out with his vampire buddies and trying to get Darla back, and she's scolding him for eating vermin, basically, and he's like, I'm trying to do the best that I can. He's like, I have a soul now, so he's like, I can justify, you know, killing and eating bad guys, but he can't justify, you know, hurting innocent people because he has a soul, and Darla has no sympathy for that. She wants the old Angelus back, obviously, and brings in that baby, which was terrifying. And now we know from that scene, obviously, that Angel was trying to protect that family, and Darla was like, well, not on my watch, and goes back and just does horrible things to them. We also find out that Lindsay has quite the crush on Darla, and he kisses her, and she's like, hey, if I was a vampire, I would just take what I want, basically. And she's like, well, that's what I'm gonna do when I'm a human now. And Lindsay going to try and save her, and we saw one episode in the previous season where Lindsay changed his mind about a plan with Wolfram and Hart and wanted to actually, save the people. So it's interesting to see these like tiny moments of compassion. He knew that they were going to kill off Darla, and they almost got away with it. Of course, Angel shows up and rescues her, and the fact that they think that it won't be something physical that gives him pure happiness, it will be this saving of her soul. And he was so dedicated to it. He was willing to put the time in, and I think he was trying to make amends for what he had gone through, and he didn't want someone to go through what he did on his own as well. Like when his soul was reinstated, he had to struggle through that all by himself. And Angel's obviously a very compassionate character, so if he could help somebody who was in a similar situation, as bizarre and unique as situation as this is, he was definitely going to try and step in to help. And obviously him and Darla have a long history together as well. I don't know what his game plan was, if it would have been years or months, or how long he was willing to put in time with Darla to try and save her, but it also sounds like this plan that Wolfram and Hart had to bring her back has an expiry date, and that her body will slowly deteriorate. I don't know. She said she feels like she's dying on the inside. Again, whether that's from the guilt and shame of what she did, or if she's actually physically dying, because this curse could be temporary. Buddy, I need that. Because this spell or curse that they used to bring her back is temporary, and her body's going to slowly, go back to being a vampire or be gone entirely. She definitely wants to be a vampire again. She's tired of being human. She's tired of feeling things. And just the look on Angel's face when he realizes this is not going as he had hoped, and the fact that he would do anything to be human again, to have that heartbeat, to go out in the sun, to be with Buffy possibly if he wanted to not have to worry about this curse, and she's just taking it for granted basically. And I know she didn't ask to be brought back as human, but the fact that she's done with it and wants to be a vampire, and he doesn't understand why somebody would want to choose that life. And even brings it up to her again, like, I didn't choose to be a vampire. Darla just made him into a vampire. And he's like, you think you saved me? You damned me. Like, you didn't do me this big favor. You changed my life forever. And I wonder how many times Angel has thought about how different it would be if he would have not met Darla that day, or who knows what would have happened. Obviously, he would have been long gone by now, and his character wouldn't be around, but I wonder how many times he's thought of what the other options could have been. We also find out that Darla is about 100 years older than Angel, which they may have mentioned at one point. I can't remember exactly at this moment, but it was interesting to kind of put that into perspective of the timeline of this vampireness, how the master, being a super old vampire, turns Darla turns Angel. They both turn Drusilla turns Spike, kind of this like horrible family tree situation. I have seen Interview with a Vampire, and that scene where it was Darla, Drusilla, and Angel walking around, Drusilla's character kind of reminded me of Kirsten Dunst's character from Interview with a Vampire, how she's like kind of this little girl. I know she's older than that character, but still the fact that she was like asking them permission to do things and kind of still had this like childlike quality to her. And definitely saw Angel and Darla as like her parents, and even calls her like grandma at one point. Darla is still out there. She takes off at the end of this episode. Who knows if she's gonna want to be found again. She keeps coming back to Angel, but I don't know if he's going to keep looking for her anymore, or if this is the end of it, if she just takes off and completely abandons Wolfram and Hart and gives up on Angel. I have no idea, but she's just done with this. I'm sure if she really wants, she could find someone else to turn her into a vampire. Maybe she'll be back with Lindsay, who knows? Wolfram and Hart are definitely trying to, kill this project and literally take her out, so maybe she'll be on the run. I have no idea. Please no spoilers. We saw a little bit of Wesley feeling a little bit more confident again as he takes charge, and he's like, we'll go scope out things, we think where Darla is, and then we'll come back and report back to you, because Angel was heading in real hot, so they like, no, we got this. We don't want you to do anything you'll regret. We saw Wesley being a little bit more confident in this episode as well. No sign of Virginia, but that could mean nothing. I have no idea if she'll be brought back. I like that we got to see that scene right when Angel has his soul reinstated in Romania, and Darla and Drusilla and Spike are all there, and I wonder if there's an edit somewhere on the internet where people have pieced it together so it's like one long scene, because I feel like we've seen like snippets here and there, but I'd be curious to watch it all as like one scene continuously. And I love that they keep going back to those key moments in history. Like obviously in the Buffy episode, we saw the Boxer Rebellion. We saw Drusilla and Spike meeting for the first time. We had that scene in Romania. So yeah, it's really cool how they're not just picking random spots. Obviously some of them are a little bit more sporadic, but these are scenes we've gone back to time and time again, but always from a slightly different perspective, which I love, especially given times in history. Someone's memory might be different, or you know, the second part of that scene that they pick up right after could be slightly different. Like that baby scene with Darla and Angel was horrifying, and to see Angel take off with the baby because he knows if he leaves it there, something horrible is going to happen. But yeah, I love those flashbacks. I hope they keep them coming. Not the Buffy crossover I was anticipating. We still haven't seen Buffy herself, but it's nice to see Spike and Drusilla make those crossovers between both episodes, even if it's not in, you know, the current time. The weight of Darla's choices from the past are definitely hitting her, and she does not want to process it. She hates her heartbeat, and she smashes all the mirrors because she doesn't want to look at herself. And even Angel saying like, yeah, I have to live with this stuff. I don't have to look myself in the mirror every day and think about it. So that was interesting, and her slowly realizing I've done some horrible things and not being able to process it, obviously, and just years and years, and just I imagine it would just be like waves of horrible things coming back to your mind. I wasn't sure if it would even affect her, given where we ended things with her last time, because she didn't seem concerned, and she definitely is motivated to go back to being a vampire now, so she doesn't have to deal with this. But we don't usually see Darla being weak or, you know, struggling, but her mental state was definitely not what I would consider the Darla we know. And even her questioning her identity, being like, I don't remember my name. Like, how bizarre would that be? Like, I don't remember my human name. This is the name I have now. And I know it would have been, you know, 400 and some years ago, but she has zero recollection of it. And just going back and forth between human and vampire just is a lot, obviously. Overall, I thought it was a really great episode. I love those flashbacks so much. It's so cool to learn the backstories of the character and kind of what motivates them, and obviously makes them more well-rounded characters. And especially with vampires, they have a very long history. I love that Spike and Drusilla were back in this as well, and we got to see those scenes from different angles. Such a cool way to tell the story. I don't know where Darla's gone now. She'll be in the next episode. Please no spoilers if she's gonna find Lindsay, what that's gonna look like. We know Lindsay is once wavered from Wolfram and Hart, or thought about it, so maybe this situation with Darla, he'll be out again. Who knows? I don't know if Angel will keep trying to track down Darla, if he's realized that she wants to go a direction he's not interested in and just kind of lets her go, which seems like an odd fate for her character, but I don't think they would just leave it at that. I feel like they would bring her back at some point, or maybe Wolfram and Hart will be able to track her down. Who knows? I don't know what her options are, where she would go other than Lindsay, like what she would have. Or maybe she'll become like Faith's character in Buffy, where she's in a coma, or then she just like takes off and they bring her back for the next season or something like that. Again, please no spoilers, this is all speculation, but I can't see this being the last we see of her ever. I'm still holding out hope for an actual Buffy crossover. I don't know what that would look like. It would probably end badly, but I just have such a hope for the two of them to get back together some way, somehow. And even still, that prophecy of possibly Angel becoming human again. There's the prophecy of Gunn, fate, you know, up in the air. And if anybody knows a video to the timeline, or with a sequence of events, you know, they go to London and they go to China, and I know the dates come up on screen as well, but obviously when I'm watching it live, I don't stop to write down the dates, so maybe I'll have to go back and see where everything lines up over the course of the seasons, because it's so cool. I love when they show all that stuff. I hope Darla doesn't become a vampire again. That's just going to be the worst, and I'm very worried if Angel goes bad again. They've alluded to it too many times now, and I'm starting to get worried. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. And now the memories are coming back. She's not adjusting well to being a human. It's a tricky business. Leeching. Ugh. Okay, mysterious man in the cloak. Alright. They said they gave her a different name when she became a vampire. Is it the shame and guilt that's eating her alive? Tired of the chaos and was like, oh, we've done enough. I think leaving her alone with her thoughts is the worst punishment.